Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about how your perception is what is dictating everything. And just because you don't see movement doesn't mean there is none. And I'm going to use an example of a comment that was left on YouTube that fucking proves my point. Hey everyone, it's Kim Velez, Conscious Life and Success Coach, and I am really excited to be here with you today. So I thought this was interesting. I read this comment on YouTube, and this isn't like to make fun of the person or pick on them or anything, but I was like, this is such a powerful example of how limited and people's perspectives are, and how just because they have a snapshot view of something doesn't mean that is the whole picture. And you guys do this all the time. I've done this too. We all do this, where this is what this whole game is about. It's always about your assumptions. Your assumptions are what continue to create your reality, right? So when we look at how you are assuming in the small little amount of reality that you experience is either helping you get what you want or it's not. And for most of you, it's not, because you keep assuming something that isn't accurate. So I'm so excited to share this. So this person wrote, you really need a big area rug to warm your office up. It looks so cold and empty. Oh yeah, great video too, LOL. So the funny thing is this is all you guys see when I do my videos. So my office is fucking big. It's about 700, if not more, square feet. So the only snapshot viewpoint you get is so limited because of how I have my office arranged. So this door, well, I can't even do it backwards. That door behind me is the back door. So I have the front of the office, where I'm sitting is the middle, and then this is behind me. So here's funny, she's saying I need a big area rug to warm up my office. Well, I have two of them, and you can't see them. Here's one, you see that one, and then the other one's in the front. So this is just behind me. And this is what you guys do all the time. So think of this in your own life of when you are looking out of your eyes, so to speak, and you keep assuming a limited perspective. You assumed that my office is cold. My office is not cold. You're actually the only person who said that. I have plants in here. I have fucking mirrors everywhere. I have two big area rugs in here. I have shit all over the walls. I have a huge rose wall in the front entrance with the neon sign. Now, do I have some spots that needs hangings, pictures? Yeah, because it's a large office and I'm not just gonna throw anything up. So I'm taking my time finding something that speaks to me. So is my office fully done? No, but it's like 90% done. So this is just trying to help you understand that this is what people do all the time. You have such a limited perspective of the whole picture. So because my camera lens only shows maybe, 200 square feet, if even that, I don't even think it's that much, you're assuming something which is inaccurate because you could not see it. And the truth of it is, it's the complete opposite of what you said. And you believed, based off this small little camera angle, that I have no area rugs, and I have two huge ones, like literally 8x11 rugs in here. It's just you don't see it usually because of how I have my office set up. So how are you guys doing this in your life? How are you assuming such a limited perspective just based off what is showing up in your current reality? Like, I really want you to think about this, because this is what this whole game is about. This whole game is about having a limitless mindset that even though something appears to be a block to what you want or an obstacle to what you want, or you received information that says, the complete opposite of what you want, your mind is going to decide if you're going to accept that as your truth or you're going to believe in the bigger picture that you can't see yet. So think about that. Because this is what happens with everything. This is why we say ignore the 3D, like especially when you guys are manifesting an SP, you're so fixated on the little snapshot of your life of how they're showing up in it, or if they're not showing up in it in this current moment. And you're deciding, most of you in that moment, not all of you, but most of you in that moment, that, see, they don't want me, nothing's changing, this isn't working, I'm not getting what I want, blah, 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 right? Because the limited perspective you have is either I'm only choosing to see the version that's showing up, and if that version's not favorable, then I'm assuming that nothing's changing, that they still don't want me, and I keep manifesting the same bullshit, right? Or if they're not in your reality, you're assuming that nothing's happening just because you don't see the movement in your camera angle, so to speak, okay? But remember, there's like 500 plus more square feet that you guys don't even see. You can't even see my desk. I have a huge L-shaped desk that you can't even see. You don't even see half my office. I can't move this around. I have a desktop thing, a desktop computer. I can't talk this morning. I'm tired. I've had enough coffee. My brain is like sluggish. So I just wanted to share that because I thought it was interesting that it just clicked for me when I read her comment, because I was like, man, this is how people's minds work. Like, she only had this little snapshot and she assumes something that is just not true and is actually the complete opposite of what she assumed. And this is so important when it comes to being a conscious creator, because this is what a lot of people do. And the role of being a conscious creator is, no matter what you perceive in the moment, the perception needs to be focused on a favorable outcome. And that's the story you stick to, despite if you see an area rug or not, okay? Because your assumption is what will manifest, right? Your belief is what is dictating your story. Your thoughts is going to manifest a reality that either you desire or not. This is what people do all the time. And I had to really work hard, and I have been working hard when it comes to manifesting specific person, of recreating the version I want. And when the 3D is showing me something that isn't what I want, or is the opposite, or doesn't seem like something is moving in my favor, then I have really done a lot of work on myself, especially in the last 2.5 years, to not accept that as the truth. And that's the process to go through, is to retrain your mind to not accept that what you're experiencing in this moment with this limited camera view of your life, because it's so fucking limited. You're like bypassing the bigger picture. You can't even see all of it that's in movement. Another thing that I use with clients is I use how they see me on video. I'm like, this is what a lot of people do too. So I'm sitting in my office, right? So my perspective right now, when I look out at my 3D, is what's in my office. If somebody's walking in front, what I can hear through the walls, and who I am experiencing or not experiencing in this office space. I can't see outside of these office walls unless I get up and walk out and expand my perception of my reality, right? So in this office, all I'm privy to is what is in front of me. And that is such a limited perspective. And there's a lot of things, just because this is all I can see in this moment because of where I'm positioned physically, it doesn't mean that there's not a million things going on in the world right now, because there always is movement, right? So there's shit in the parking lot, or people in the parking lot. There's people driving by. There's so many offices and buildings around here that there's so much going on. Just because I don't see it with my physical eyes doesn't mean it's not happening. And this is, again, what you guys do. This is how you want to train your mind, is stop focusing on the limited perspective of your current physical reality. You're just taking this snapshot, limited camera angle of your life. And honestly, you got to be real with yourself that the results that you're currently experiencing were manifested from past thoughts. So if you don't like the fucking results, you don't sit there and keep paying attention to them and reaffirming them in your mind. Instead, you focus on the results you rather prefer. And that is how you break through and move into a different parallel reality. You have to stop having a limited perspective and start understanding that there's a lot of shit moving around that you aren't aware of, that you can't see in where you're at. And your job is to see beyond that. Your job is to say, you know what? Okay, this is what I want. Somehow, some way, this is going to come to me. It is. I don't care how I don't know the answer of how. I don't care that I don't know when. I don't care that I can't figure out how I get from here to here. I don't care that even though this is where I'm at with my SP right now, and I feel like there's no way fucking possible, there is always a possibility. And so that is what I'm going to choose to focus on instead of keep looking out of a limited perspective, a limited snapshot of my current moment in time that was based off past thoughts, a limited camera angle that only shows very minimal space and leaves out the rest. I'm gonna see beyond that. That's what you're doing. You're seeing beyond what the fuck is in front of your face. And that is the possibilities of the realities that you want to start focusing on, because that is how you crystallize them. That's how you shift into them. This is how you manifest. This is how you get what you want in the 3D, is to stay the course. So it doesn't mean to be obsessive and try to force it to happen with your mind, because that really doesn't work. We've talked about that. It's understanding that I don't need to worry about the fucking middle. I don't got to control every step of the way, that I see beyond this current reality and I'm seeing into the future of what I want, and I'm fucking claiming it. Somehow, some way, it's going to be in my current reality. It's going to manifest. Because when you experience it in your reality, that is your current reality, because we only have right now this second. And right now this second, if you keep looking out of the limited camera angle and assuming something that is not true just because you can't see it, you're setting yourself up for bullshit you don't want. No one to change but self. Change your story, change your limiting mindset. Don't worry about the fucking obstacles that have previously, I cannot talk today, that have previously presented themselves. Do not worry about the timing of it. Keep seeing the possibility of the reality that you fucking desire, and trust and know and constantly affirm when you think of it, or continuously affirm when you think of it, that you got this, that is what you're choosing. That will manifest somehow, some way. It's not your job to figure it the fuck out. You guys, do you know how lucky we are that we don't have to figure all this shit out? Like, how annoying would that be? If I had to sit here and worry about every step of the way of my life and trying to figure out all the different people I need to meet, how this experience is gonna manifest, how this is gonna happen, that, blah, 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 I would be fucking exhausted, which is why most of you are exhausted, because that's what most of you are trying to do. And it would be very not a fun process. And manifesting is easy because it's easy in the sense of you just have to trust, know it's here. And how do you do that? By choosing to see beyond the fucking obstacle that's current, to choose to see beyond the perspective that you used to have, to choose to see beyond what the fuck is right in front of your face. And that's it. That's how everybody gets what they want. Success, business, finding your purpose, fucking whatever it is you want. Losing weight is seeing a different version of you. Not knowing how you're gonna get there, but claiming her, him, affirming that from that story, affirming that, you know what, that is gonna be my life. That is my life. I actually just had a client who has manifested, oh my God, so much amazing stuff in her life, all these amazing careers, money, meeting all these famous people, just really cool shit. And she was not doing it consciously, but she was able to reverse engineer a lot of stuff in her life and see. And she would never affirm in present tense. She would say, I want this. But she said it with conviction and intention, and she knew she would get it. And she fucking got it. She got every single one, every single time. Because she didn't doubt it. She just said, I want that. It's mine. I'm gonna have it. And she was like, that's it. And she manifested all that shit. And this is why it's not about the affirmations. It's about really understanding that what is it that you want, and you fucking own that. So how do you own that? So sometimes we have to affirm over an old story that says we can't have that, we aren't that, right? And you move into that version of you. But at some point, you gotta fucking give up the control and trying to make shit happen, and stop, because that's you in the limited camera angle that believes the little viewpoint that you are seeing right now is it. And you gotta go beyond that. You gotta know, oh, there's more to this fucking story. The ending is how it's gonna end. This is not it. This is the new chapter. This is what is unfolding right now for me. All right. So if you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to work with me and talk more about these amazing concepts and diving deep into what it means to be a conscious manifester, for those of you that are struggling with this, for those of you that are really new to law of assumption, I have an amazing 4-week live coaching program called Master Your Mind that is launching on July 6th. I have limited spots, they're filling up, so you definitely want to take advantage. I'm offering at a discounted rate, one time only. If you're interested to learn more, please click the link below. Master Your Mind. I would love to fucking work with you, be in your energy, you be in mine, and start manifesting the life of your fucking dreams. All right, I'll see you then. Bye.